Relation in Roman sports and modern sports. Sports are a huge part of many people's lives, including mine. I play sports, watch sports, and even play sports related video games. The NFL, NBA, NHL, ATP. I'm interested in all of those leagues. But why do I like them so much? Maybe because my dad introduced them to me when I was just a little kid. But the biggest reason is because it's interesting. My heart rate goes up in a close game. I get excited when my team drafts a good prospect, and I feel really bad when they lose. I'm sure many people can relate, especially the ancient Romans, who enjoyed sports as a spectacle as much as anyone else. When you think of the Romans and sports, the first thing that you'll probably pop into mind is the Colosseum. Just look at this huge structure. I find it amazing how it was built considering the technology of that time. Now, why would the Romans build such a massive structure just to watch people fight? It's because the games were interesting. It earned a lot of money, and many people went to watch it. The Romans' love of excitement made the exhibitions immediately and immensely popular. There was something common with many of Roman sports: violence. In many sports, physical violence is the core, if not the name, of the game. It is most present in gladiatorial combat, what the Colosseum was built for. Gladiatorial combats originated as part of a wealthy citizen's funeral ceremonies to symbolize the human struggle to avoid death, but eventually developed into widespread popular spectacles of bloodshed in Roman society. Gladiators were named after the people Romans disliked, like the Gauls or Thracians. The battles went from random battles to more entertaining and arranged fights. The Romans aren't the only ones who find the spectacle of people hitting each other interesting. The concept of the sport football, one of the most popular sports in America, is to throw yourself onto another player to stop them from progressing further. But why are people attracted to violent sports? Well, it's entertaining. If you try tackling someone anywhere other than a football field, you'd probably end up in a hospital or the backseat of a police car. The only people who get to do that are the athletes or the participants of the sport. But what do they play for? The Hall of Fame, the ultimate accolade an athlete can receive. Making it means that you're one of the best ever at the sport, that your name will live down in history. Some players, like Brady, are instant no-brain Hall of Famers, the greatest at their position, if not the entire sport, while others are still working towards that goal or have already missed their chance. The goal of a modern athlete is to do well and become a household name, to get that huge contract, to win awards, and maybe at the end of the career make the Hall of Fame. On the other hand, while I'm sure gladiators in ancient Rome would have liked to be famous, most of them at the time were prisoners of war who thought that fighting to death would be a better alternative of being a slave. They wouldn't win the MVP or get the Ballon d'Or. Instead, when they got freed, they'd only receive a wooden sword and usually be employed as training masters for other gladiators. But the more famous gladiators had masters and backers who would give them valuable prizes and gifts of money, which then leads to one of the biggest things surrounding all sports: money. The reason any sports league exists is to earn money. The owners of teams treat some of their best players as gods, while others get sold, traded, or cut without a second thought. Better players get you wins. Wins get you fans. Fans earn you money. The more fans that watch a sport, the higher the value and the more it can expand. That's why Lukaku in the Premier League gets paid so much more than Carlos Vela, because the Prem just has more fans and earns more money. As for the Romans, they spent immense sums on their horses for chariot racing, importing them from all over the world. Most Roman sports were first held in the Forum and the Circus Maximus, but as it grew in popularity in the late Republic and early Empire, Rome's facilities exploded in size and number. It's the same with modern sports. The Chargers left San Diego after the city refused to pay for a new stadium. They then moved to the large market city LA, leaving their loyal fans, all for a $5.5 billion stadium upgrade. If people started to get uninterested in sports, the value of the league would drop. Owner wouldn't earn money, and players would get paid less. Structures like the Coliseum, Stamford Bridge, and SoFi Stadium wouldn't be necessary. No doubt, sports have been something huge all throughout history, until even now. The sports that we play and the reasons that we play for them may differ, but it doesn't matter if you're running down the field, riding a chariot, kicking a ball, throwing a ball, or slashing someone with a sword. At the end, major professional sports are just part of a huge entertainment industry, with cold-blooded owners ready to throw players, gladiators, and fans away in a split second just for a boost in revenue and a bag of chips.